Going on, guys? Good morning. Morning, how are you? Well, hopefully it's morning there. I don't know when I say good morning. I guess I never know where everybody is. Good morning. Going to grab some coffee while you string. I'll check back in 10. It'll probably be a minute, but yeah, I got some coffee right here. The morning cheers. The only thing that keeps me alive. Nothing too exciting today. Just stringing the guitars for practice. So I'm gonna do a little setup, dial them in a little bit. Not as fun as the lives usually are, I guess. What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a good morning. Welcome in. Nothing too crazy, exciting happening here. Just being one of those weird people that sits around and says hi to everybody. Make coffee, I'll be listening as well. Southeast Texas. I love Texas. What's up, guys? Oh man, 76 people in here. What's going on? Facebook groups are loving you. Awesome. I love to hear that. I didn't know that those were a thing. You'll have to give me an invite to one of those. I'd love to come in and say hi. That'd be awesome. Hey, how's it going? You know, I've been active on these things, like actually played and things like that, and I have 114 followers. I'm not doing anything. There are 114 people watching over here, and I'm not doing anything. I am back. I'm back! Did you ever see The Replacements with Danny? Get the ball! I'm back! What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Good morning from Nebraska. Oh, I miss Nebraska. Everybody says there's not much in Nebraska but corn, but I love Nebraska. Anything new? Anything good happen over there, bud? It is a Les Paul. It's a Zach Wild Les Paul. He gave this to me, both of them. So I've got two of them. I've got my camo, and I've got my cream colored. And this one he signed on the back here. It's got a couple passes from Ozfest and things like that. And then this was the first one that he gave me back in 2005. Yeah, 7/31/2005 is when he signed this. So, yeah, dude, I remember you. You got the gaming channel. You said it was in a different language. I just know Slash plays Les Paul. Yes, he does. Tell you what, he's got some really cool vintage Les Pauls. I was watching a YouTube with him, going through some of his vintage stuff, and he's just got a huge collection of some of the most beautiful Les Pauls I think I've ever seen. Sitting in my garage smoking, just a smoking. Hey, nothing wrong with that. It's a good. I'm gonna try and move back next year. Use more various frequencies. We could develop more chords. Tune devices in the future, maybe. Hey, anything's possible, man. I think the same. I think that with colors all the time. Like I know there are colors that our eyes can't perceive. There's got to be frequencies that our ears can't hear. So yeah, I'm sure there's probably something out there. So Jackson Dime Camp. Oh, dude. I want an old Dime Washburn so bad. I want one so bad. I'm gonna have one. One of these days, I'm gonna get one. Running successfully. Good. Oh man, I can tell you stories about that. I have met a ton of people. I went out on tour with Ozzy and Rob Zombie, so I met John Five. I met Paul Stanley, Tommy Thayer. Who else? CC DeVille. CC DeVille and I sat and jammed for a little while. Being killed by somebody being killed by. Yeah, that was a really shitty situation, man. That was really bad. I remember the day that happened, the morning waking up after that happened. I had just kind of fallen in with the Zach camp, so that was a really weird morning. Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna try and move back next year. And yeah, there's got to be sounds that we can't hear. I know there's sounds we can't hear, but I'd be interested to see, like, as our ears develop over. I mean, if we last that long, millions of years, you got evolution, how our ears would perceive sound different. Miss you too, man. It'll be really good to see you. Sorry I missed you last time. I had everything was so freaking tight scheduled last time because my sister was getting married, and I didn't get to see almost anybody that I wanted to see. I saw like 3-4 people. Helped somebody move, so that took a good chunk out of there. Would you ever come to UJ? What's UJ? Big dogs, that one. Did you find the big dogs the one suggested? I don't know what that means. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. Got it. Yeah, I don't know what big dogs is. I'll have to come. You know what? Can I do that right now? Can I follow you right now? No, I can't follow you right now. I'll have to remember to follow you after I get out of here. Remind me before I get off. Find the song on YouTube from Humankind. Try fitting your strings backwards and up around your bridge. You'll thank me later. I actually used to do that. If you look at the bottom here, you can see where the strings have kind of come over and beat that up. I used to do that. It gives it a little different sustain. Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. It's been too long. It's been way too long. Yes, yeah, I was talking to you. I was saying I should follow you. I'm gonna follow you as soon as I get done here. I just gotta remember to do it. Because I'm stupid and I forget things. It's all that booze over the years. Drugs are bad, okay? So much better for crunch riffs. Yeah, I haven't done it in a while. I might have to do that again here pretty soon. I always, with Zach, he always did that. Like, he's got a few songs where he comes down here and he picks the strings, like down between the saddles and the stop bar, and it gives it that and it was really good for that. Gave it more sustain down there. If we make it through the collapse over the next 10 to 12 years and we stabilize, I think tech will have us visualizing music like we are insurance. That'd be cool. Yeah, if we can stop fighting over stupid political shit and realize that none of the government really gives a shit about us and that we need to just start being nice to each other, that'd be cool. Then again, I guess the governing entities of all of our countries are the ones that are really in charge of whether or not we push the buttons. Stupid. Somebody put me in charge. I don't want to be in charge. That would be a shitty. I would hate to be a president or anything of that stature. Not for me. I don't think it should go to one person. I mean, a lot of people don't like him. I guess he's controversial, but I say that he's got like the #1 podcast ever. But Joe Rogan, man, I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, and I agree with him. He says that, I think it's a stupid position to have one person in. Like, you need to have a bunch of people with different views that need to sit in a room and actually disagree with each other before they get the power to make changes to people's lives. But what do I know? I just work here. There is that one. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, man. We fell from 150 to 7. I must be boring. I'm assuming the people in power were intelligent and knew what jobs were. Yeah, you know what's funny? I was a very skeptical kid. So when I was all of 16, 17, I stopped believing in government and stupid stuff like that. Now, I was a little more liberal minded when I was younger until I got older and actually started having to support myself, financially and things of that nature. And I became a contractor. And when I started working, they started taking about 50% of my paychecks, and I was not having it. I was not having a good time. And I was like, why is this happening? So I started digging into economics and politics and all things like that. I was like, I don't like any government. I'm not conservative. I'm not liberal. I just want them to leave me alone. Can you play something in orange? I don't have any strings on right now. I'm restringing the guitars, but yeah, I mean, I can probably do that before I leave. Once I get everything all set up. I'm setting up for band practice. Yes, their jobs are to get reelected, and that is all they care about, ever. What I can't figure out, there was a guy, I think he's still in office. I can't remember. I think, no, because it was Hickenlooper, I think, out in Colorado. He stole like $150,000 of taxpayer money for himself and like used it for his own personal garbage. And got reelected afterwards. He got caught, got reelected afterwards. Somebody tell me how that happens. Like, I thought we were anti-stealing from the people. Seriously. Yeah, I won't. That's a conversation. If we want to have that conversation, we'll do that off of live. I'm definitely down to have that conversation. I'm a very I love good political talks, but TikTok and YouTube do not like them. I've noticed there are a couple exceptions on YouTube and Spotify and stuff. Like Rogan gets away with it all the time, certain channels. But man, every time I've tried to say something political here, all the views. Those girls that do nothing in their streams. I was just talking about that last night. It's like you go through TikTok and there's these girls and they're just sitting there and they're like, and they're getting all these, like, everybody's like throwing roses at them, and it's like, how, man. If I was a hot woman, I would rule the world. That's probably not true. I'd probably be in so much trouble. Will work out. Yeah, I hope so. I hope it does. Using my good old Ernie Ball strings. I'm excited. I haven't put new strings on my guitars in a couple months, which is, I do not recommend, especially in Florida. They get rusty. All the moisture in the air, man. You replace these things. I need to start buying the expensive strings again. 1,000 views, not likes. Oh, Lordy. Follow the live crew. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Do you like Indian food? You know, I have had Indian food one time, and I was like 18. And I don't remember if I liked it or not. It's been so long. I'm sure I probably do. I'm not a picky eater. If it's got flavor in it, I'm usually pretty good with it. I use super slinkies. So I've got, let's see, I got the skinny top, or regular slinkies, and then the skinny top heavy bottoms. Play the guitar, I wish we could play together. Maybe we'll do a little live session one of these days. You can throw it up on your phone and we'll just kind of hang out and play. We'll switch off. That'd be kind of fun. Hi, I'm gonna butcher that. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not even smart enough to be able to pronounce that. Busisui? That's my swing at it. I hope I didn't do too bad. Chicken biryani. Yeah, that would be really cool. I would enjoy that a lot. I've been meaning to connect with more musicians. I actually have a friend in high school that she's streaming all her stuff on Spotify, and she's got a pretty cool voice. She's got a metal band, and I'm gonna try and have her on the podcast here before too long. I'd like to focus a little more on music on the podcast than anything else. We'll see how that works. The guy that I've been working with, he really likes to talk about like business and success stories and stuff like that, which I also like, but it's a music show, man. Gotta talk about the music. VH1 behind the music. Alright. Where is she? I lost her. There it is. Okay, that's like going to be 13 in October. I like your content. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. 12 going on 13. Man, I remember the morning that I turned 13. I remember laying in bed the night before and thinking, this is my last night before I'm a teenager. Listening to Creed. I'm realizing that I'm not a fan of the Floyd Rose setup. I like the Floyd Rose. I do. I have a couple things that I don't like about it that make me not use it a ton. I don't like when strings break, that the whole thing just gets thrown off. It drives me nuts. Setting them up is a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. And it's so time consuming to get it right. Air Force Brad, I love any and all good food. Yeah, I'm pretty open to any foods. I've only found a couple foods that I really just can't eat, and one of them being salmon roe. I can eat flying fish roe, but I can't eat salmon roe. Salmon roe makes me just bleh. I don't know if it's the texture or what it is, but I've tried it twice, and it's not great. Yeah, happy birthday, man. I appreciate you jumping on here. And yeah, 13 is teenager. 13, 14. Get it, teen? Yeah. Them teenage years. Tune's okay once, it's all a tune, but like you said, if you pop string. Yeah. I don't know how people did it. Like, and maybe it's just getting to that professional level where you're so used to it when it happens that you just kind of know how to figure it out. Because I've seen some people recover, but man, it's for me, I don't have techs and stuff, so if I'm on stage and I break a string, like nobody's bringing me another guitar, I'm just stuck. Just start over. All right, so I did a video this weekend on the new Linkin Park, and I want to know from you guys what you think about it. Tell me what you think about the new Linkin Park video or song or, whatever. 49 on Friday the 13th. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. That's a cool day to turn. Do you remember how many birthdays you've had on Friday the 13th? Yes. Emily Armstrong. Now, I a couple things had come to my attention that I need to look into, I guess. I guess she is friends with a lot of people that really caused Chester a lot of pain, supposedly. I don't know anything about that side of it. Um, she had ties with Scientology and Danny Masterson, which I was kind of like, I'm just staying out of that. But I think she sounded good. I think the new song sounded good. Didn't hate it. If you're not expecting Chester, and I said that in the video, if you're not expecting Chester, I think it's fine. But a lot of people don't agree, so I'm very curious to see what everybody thinks. It's quiet. I should have been listening to music. I'm watching football, but I should have thrown some music on. Didn't think that through. I'm still new to the live game, so we're still working out the kinks here. Heard there was drama. I enjoy any good music without the drama. That's where I'm trying to sit, especially as I get older. You know, as I've gotten older, there's a lot of politics in Hollywood and with all this, that, and the other, and I just want to like stuff, you know. Except for Taylor Swift, I don't want to like Taylor Swift. I'm an anti-Swiftie. One thing that drives me nuts about Sunday football, every time she's at a football game, I feel like everybody's like, oh my God, Taylor Swift's at the football game. It's like, it's a football game. Go, go see a Taylor Swift concert. Like, that's when you get excited. Skeeter boy. Is that mosquitoes or is that like Lil Jon? It's always fun watching the lives on TikTok because anytime it comes up on anybody's feed, it says they join. And it's like joined, 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 joined. But there's like 2 people in here. Because nobody wants to play with me. I'm boring. This wasn't a very exciting live, so. Give me that. Give me that. I missed. Bitch, you missed. Doing the damn thing. Maybe one of these days I'll do a live of the I'll do a live of band practice. That'd be kind of cool. Once we maybe here in a couple weeks, once we get a couple of more of these songs down pat. We're working on them. We're starting to sound a lot better. Aaron Rodgers. So wait, you're from Texas. Are you a football fan? Yes, you are a football fan? Who's your team? Not really. I root for Bama. Okay. So I got one over here that said he's from Texas as a football fan. And you said not really. I root for Bama. Is that that's college, right? It's the Crimson, Alabama Crimson or something like that. I don't watch college sports as much. Ooh. Originally from Bama. Yes, Crimson Tide. So we got Cowboys over here, Crimson Tide over here. Man, the Cowboys, not sure what to think about them this year. So, Crimson Tide, if I remember correctly, you and the Volunteers are not friends, right? You know, I feel like that's not totally true though. They're good. They're just making too many mistakes. I feel like it's that puzzle that's almost put together. You know, it looks like they've got it, but it's not quite there yet. Like I feel like once they click, it's gonna be a good time. Stretching the strain, stretching the strain. Solo match is here. I don't know what that is. What is that? I'm going to push this and everything's going to go haywire. Turn up the excitement. There's two or even three other creators. I don't know anybody else that wants to do a live. Too many interceptions from Dak. Yeah, it seems like, that's a story for the ages, isn't it? How much money they just paid him, and he came out starting to throw all those interceptions. I was big into the goth and vampire thing when I was younger too. I should be called gaming vampire, not gaming ninja. Creature of the night. We're creatures of the night. Can anybody tell me who sings that? I bet you can't. Man, that's a good song. Good band too. One of my first favorite bands ever. She's my surface to air missile. They call them fur rockets. I love those dogs. Well, don't do that. Yes! Ben, you win. I don't know what you win, but you just made my whole fucking day. You did. I love that somebody knew that. What a great song. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. I'm still getting these lives together. You know, I don't feel like I'm very exciting right now. I don't have the appeal of the cute blondes, you know. But I just like When I'm stringing or hanging out or practicing, I like to just sit and talk to people. It's kind of fun. So maybe one of these days I'll have like a setup and it'll look all cool. And thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. Kim, thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe one of these days, maybe if I end up going and traveling around and something, we'll link up. I'll bring the guitars. We'll jam. That'd be fun. Just take 6 words. Counter truly. I love meeting new musicians. And I love Texas. I'll go to Texas anytime. Except for Houston. Houston was not my favorite place to go, but that was just because of the drivers. I don't know what that means exactly. I'm an old man. I don't know all the kid lingo. See you guys on another live. Yeah, for sure. Maybe I'll start one. I think I'll start one soon. I want to do like the specialty memberships. I think I'm gonna figure out something cool that I can do with those to really kind of connect with people a little bit better and on a more personal level. Because there are people that want to have conversation, and I see them in the comments every once in a while. But I got so many comments I can't even find them anymore. Like there's just this big freaking list of comments that I'm trying to respond to, and I can't find them. So maybe I'll do that. Like those two. I mean, they're nice to look at, but other than that, I have a hard time, especially since I've been a creator and started doing this. I have a hard time taking people like that seriously because I feel like they get paid to do nothing. Like I'm trying to at least offer something. Like I'm doing music lessons on there, and I like to connect with people and actually like if people have issues. Like I've talked to people. I've done some. Hey, have a good one, man. Happy Sunday. Have a good time in church. If somebody's having problems, I've done reactions on some pretty deep videos, and if people are having problems, I like to connect with them and talk with them and things like that. And I don't feel like most people do that. But you know what? That's more opportunity for me to actually connect with people, where it's harder for a lot of other people to do that. There are view grabbers and I hate them. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't love it. It's not my favorite thing. It seems very, very fake to me. Houston sucks. I'm in the crossroads south of Houston, but north of Corpus, wherever in the neighborhood. I can't see it. Let me see. I'll have to look at it afterwards. Take the F. Decor. I'll have to look at the thumbnail. I don't know. I can't pull up the whole thing right here. I'll have to look at both of you when I'm done. But yeah, so I've been to Houston a couple times. I did a show two shows in Katy, Texas, I want to say. If I remember correctly, that's not too far outside of Houston. Mm-hmm. You know, I do. I enjoy playing games, but I find that I have to kind of be careful with that because I will let games take over my entire life. Like there's a game on PC that I play every once in a while with a buddy of mine. It's the Old Republic, Star Wars: The Old Republic, and man, I'll play that thing. When I start playing that game, that's all I do. Like I'll wake up in the morning and I'll like fix stuff for my character and I'll go like level a couple things and then I'll go do some PvPs whenever I get a chance. I come home when I'm done with work. It's like man, that's all I do. I stop practicing as much, so I have to really limit myself. Wow, that's pretty cool. Cast and coded. Oh, I can see it now. I can tell what they are now. I thought they were animated because they were blue, but I can definitely see what you're talking about. You old Texan, you. A new series on my channel named Raz Empire. I'm sure I gotta. What you said it was in a different language? What language is your streaming in? I don't even know. I didn't even know that was a language. See, I'm stupid. I'm just a humble musician. I need to learn different languages. They say that's the best exercise for your brain to keep it active and functioning at full power is to learn new languages. Your brain has to work extra hard. It's an Indian language and also the mightiest empire in India. Cool. That's really cool. I'll have to do some research into that. I'm a big history guy. I really like learning about stuff like that. What's so cool about listening to Iron Maiden is that they're always a history lesson. The oldest language in India, or oldest language like period. And TikTok was boring. Top viewers. Oh, I got a gift. Invented by the Pandayas and carried onward to Cholas and Cheras. Man, I'm gonna have to do some research on that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm shutting down the old TikTok live. There was a continent for that language. You know, that is one thing that I wish, as such a young country, we know most like patriotic Americans that I know a decent amount about our history, but as a young nation, there's not a ton of history here yet. You know, it's only a few hundred. It's not even a few hundred years old. So there's not a ton of like ancient, not ancient, but there's not a ton of like solid history. Whereas like you go to the Middle East or like China, anywhere in Asia, uh, there's so much cool stuff. The UK, like everywhere in the UK, has got something that's just historically awesome. Out of tune like hell, but that's okay, because we're not tuning yet. Oh, lifeblood. All right. Well, I got to bounce. I will go follow you right now, though, so I don't forget. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. I'm going to jump off, and I will talk at you later. Thanks for coming on.